So today we're going to be talking about the characteristics of matter and the different states of matter, and even get a little bit into quantum theory and how that affects matter and why you should understand that. So matter is basically everything that surrounds us is matter, whether it be in the solid, liquid, or gas form. And matter is very important to understand when understanding chemistry because, like I said, it is everywhere and it's going to be everywhere you go. We are made of matter. Everything around us is made of matter. That's why it's very important to understand. And matter as a whole are these particles that are in different states. We have them in liquid, in gas, and solid. And I'll go more into detail about these. However, I would just like to give a base explanation of what matter is. So, matter, like I said, comes in three forms. We have our solid, our liquid, and our gas. First, talking about solid, that's going to be an example would be gold. And gold and other metals and the walls in your room. We got, your water bottle, pencil, solid. And when we look at the structure of this solid, we see that these particles are very close together. They're not moving very fast, although you can't see that. They aren't moving very fast. They're very clumped together. They're staying in one spot, not moving around. And this is one of the base forms of matter. So let's use ice to water vapor for an example. So this would be a block of ice fresh out of your freezer. Now, if we take that same ice, throw it in the frying pan over heat, and after a while, it'll turn into water and liquid structure. And as you can see here, liquid and a solid have one main difference in that is that this solid is very close together, while the liquid is more spread out. Not super spread out, that would be towards the gas, but it is more spread out than that initial solid, which is very important to understand. And liquid, like I said, the most obvious example would be water, because that is one of the most important liquids. And when looking at the structure of the liquid, it's easy to see it's definitely more spread out than the solid. The particles are going to move a little faster than that solid, but still not the fastest that they can go. And let's say we leave this water in the frying pan for some more time. Eventually, it'll start to turn to water vapor. And water vapor is the gaseous state of the initial ice cube in the water. And gas, the particles act in a very interesting way. Gas is highly compressible, and that is due to the increase in speed between these particles and also their distance from each other. It's greater than what you'd see in a liquid or a solid form of matter. And that's why gas, if you don't have a lid on the container that you have your gas in, it'll just go everywhere. It does not stay in a container like a liquid or a solid would. And one last thing I'd like to go over is quantum mechanics, because quantum mechanics is another idea. Sorry about that. It's another thought when it comes to matter and atoms. So quantum mechanics has roots that go back to Max Planck's explanation in 1900 of the properties of electromagnetic radiation. And basically what quantum theory says is that not only does atoms act as those particles we see, these like little bouncy balls you can compare them to, but they also act as waves. And that's is very important because waves spread out in space, and this leads to a seeming paradox that is yet to be fully resolved. And this theory kept gaining more steam and more complexity as time went on. In the 1930s, we learned of a lot of the universe could be dark matter. And what you don't know what dark matter is, it's an invisible material that does not affect light and can be detected only through its gravitational effects. So we cannot see dark matter, we just know it is out there. And that's very important. We will get some more developments definitely soon about this. It's a very interesting field of study. And that's why it's such a mystery, because as you can see here, its detailed nature has not yet been discovered. So dark matter is definitely something to keep in mind in these coming years, just as we can better understand our surroundings. Thank you.